when it's time to get other ingredients, I can cut a little bit more. I'm just gonna read recipes, see what I need, and we'll start working on stuff based on what I have available and just so on and so forth. This is the cooking episode, but that's fine.
And just things that I don't know why I remember that recipe.
Like, realistically, it's more time consuming than it.
Yeah, hey, we're
What?
almost at 20. We're basically almost like a quarter of the
All the way there! We're gonna just... Oh yeah, coconut bomb, that's funny.
His coconut gun fires in bursts.
The dried bouquet can make coconut bombs.
If he shoots ya, it's gonna hurt. Bigger, faster, and stronger too. First member of the DK crew. Ooh.
Okay, I'm just looking for easy things. Well, I have money.
And it would, like, you could literally just do the bind, like...
10 for 30.
Yeah.
And if I really need extra money, I can sell a bunch of the batches I'm not going to use.
And we also are going to be constantly to make room because you don't have enough to store all the recipes and shit.
I'm going to constantly be selling stuff!
Unless an item you want to keep around for memes.
Well, I have 19, but...
Like, there's that one recipe we will keep around for memes.
Yeah, 5 for 15, 10 for... Let's go ahead and spend... Okay.
Especially because of the one niche late game use of that.
Cake mix. Okay. And in between cuts, I can also always try to maybe explain some stuff again. So,
I feel like there should be a cut to getting certain items to show where they are, and a cut to...
No, if I've never shown an item, I can show where it is, but I can always, if I need to, remind people. But we've showed items before. This is...
Yeah, so...
Oh, damn it, I forgot to... I'm not wasting my life.
Yeah, no, like, to be fair, I believe...
I didn't buy a mushroom a lot.
You could use a live...
I believe you can, I'm just...
I think some of the recipes that, like, require a mushroom, I think, if it isn't something specific, like the mushrooms was the various syrup items, like, something like this, I believe you could actually use a super or ultra mushroom to substitute.
Well... if I'm cutting around, again, I will probably at least cut to explaining the combo. Mushroom. Cake mix.
I think any type of mushroom could work for this, but...
This is just the cheapest and safest way.
This is just the cheapest and simplest.
Get a mushroom cake. Which really isn't that bad for what it's worth. Probably end up selling that. Keep cutting around. Cake mix. And fire flower. Da, 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 da. Okay, at least I can skip the animations. 20.
Fire pop.
Because that is 20, I might hold on to that. Because that... if we hold on to some of the 20 items, then I wouldn't need as many golden leaves going into the end game in case I just need to top off. Okay. Horsetail plus turtley leaf Healthy salad. Which I can sell. Cake mix plus ruin powder heartful cake. Oh, actually, I need to stay on the mic before cutting. So, that said, give you 20 FP, but softens you. The negative effects of items cannot apply to the overworld, so if I ate that cake...
if you use them outside of battle, they don't negatively affect Mario or the partner.
Yeah.
Because Soften doesn't exist outside of battle.
Yeah.
All statuses will clear at the end.
So that's 20 FP with no downside, but if you really want 20 FP, just cook golden leaves. I'm saving the 20. Just always show the slow shroom, turtle leaf. Mushroom broth.
That sounds nasty.
Or at least store it so I can withdraw, because if we're gonna sell a bunch of the stuff we're about to cook, like, I can store that for right now. No, actually, if I store, think about it this way, if I store, because of how much I just got rid of, I can withdraw those near the end, because I'm probably going to sell most of... So I need 4 fucking cake mixes.
Ay, ay, ay.
Ugh.
Ay, 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 ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay.
That's a mango. Also need a coconut while I'm here, but I got those in the plot. Saved. Multiple cut candy time. Honey syrup plus cake mix. Honey candy. Which is also not that bad for a 20 FP item.
Yeah.
But again, golden leaves, in this version specifically, being easier to get, are also just 20 FP.
And that's technically free.
Yes. Coconut plus cake mix.
And because cake mix makes different types of candy, I guess it's technically not cake mix, but seems to be flour. Which I don't know why did they not just call it that, but then again I have to ask the question, why does the
Cocoa candy.
Why does the Mafia have a monopoly on flour? Because that is the only store in the game that sells cake mix.
Yes. Next up, cake mix plus Vulture. Ultra Pop. And I need cake mix plus a jam and jelly. So I'm gonna point swap for a second. Because I show that that works, because I had the extras, I might as well. And this is probably all one big take. Swapped it to a jam and jelly. which isn't a bad trade-off, honestly. And now, let me find it. Cake mix. Jam and jelly. When combined, take it. Jelly candy. 64.
Wahoo.
If I'm staying on, I might show where eggs are located because you need eggs.
No, so I think the jelly candy, that is the thing that, like, I believe that's the best FP restoring thing in the game.
Yes, yes it is.
Meaning it's the highest.
It's the highest single FP restore, but that's pure FP, which I really don't need. That is like overkill and then some. But if I'm staying on the cuff, I'm probably going to. That I can sell. Just go ahead. That I can sell. That's 3. Let's just go ahead and sell that one. Just keep the honey. Probably show where eggs are. And when we go into the end game, I'll keep some of those like 20 FP restore because my cap is 20 because I have the 2 badges on. Just so I have room in case I absolutely fuck up. But if I'm staying on the cuff, I'm going to show where the eggs are. Because eggs come up in a lot of meals. But let's also check the progress here. Hold on. 26, that ain't bad. Yeah, just a lot of the... So, for the eggs, you have to talk to Petuni, and you need to give her an easy question in this question game, and there's literally only one combination that works. She's over here. There she is. Oh, Petunia's always getting in trouble with the others. No fun. Mario, can you play with me instead? Sure, kid. This is awesome. Ready to play Stump Petunia? Ask any question you want. There isn't a question I can't answer. Create an easy question. Mario likes which person the most? You have to do most. The best does not work. As arbitrary.
Just do the thing.
I know, you can't stop for tuning. Princess Peach's mouse. Here's the present. You got the Mystic Egg.
Where did you get this? We lay eggs for your young? Sometimes.
Technically, chickens are evolved.
Also, ooh, yeah, Mystic Egg. Now I'll get double the experience after a battle.
If I'm still on the cuff, if you cook the egg, you get an item. So I might just go ahead and cook that on its own and then go back to cutting. I've now shown where eggs are located.
Why does Chansey have the most items associated with it out of any Pokemon?
This is true.
I'm pretty sure I made a similar joke in the original because it's the Mystic Egg and it's very similar to the Lucky Egg.
Which was mistranslated because Chansey is lucky, so that item should be the Chansey Egg.
Same as the Lucky
Punch. It should be the Chansey Punch. One item. Egg with the power of egg. Let's make some breakfast, kids. Fried egg.
How are you carrying a fried egg in your back pocket? I guess how are you carrying half of this crap in your back pocket?
Now, again, the eggs early on are not that bad because as soon as you clear Chapter 2...
I was going to say that technically it opens as soon as you clear Chapter 2.
Yeah, if we're still on the mic before I cut again. It's free, you just have to go over there.
You just have to go over there and waste time.
Basically, but...
But then again, wasting time is nothing new for this game, am I right?
Damn it, Rhythm.
I will continue to be petty about this.
I know you will. Probably gonna start cutting again in a moment. Come on. Leaf. Hold on. Okay. I need a courage shell, and I'll probably get a horsetail. Just walk out of town, get a horsetail as well. Since I'm here, there are the shells. Give me that. Oh, they sell mushrooms for 4. It's a 1 coin difference, so. Go get that horsetail, and then when we cut back in, I can try to explain the special in case people are doing entirely different things. So I gotta go down a screen. Not gonna matter though, it's right here. Get an extra horsetail, just bring this thing. Give me that. I want the smoke, boy! We're gonna start grab bagging a bunch of stuff. I'm just getting some things as I remember them. This, and I saved before it, if you combine a Zest special with a courage shell, don't question me. I'm just using this one. You can do this with some other Zest items as well. Not sure why. Oh yeah, skipping the... This would have probably got a very special thing. You get a unique animation, and when she has this dialogue, I'm not sure why, but this is what came out. Whoa. Go on, take it. And she blushed. It's the courage mail. That is a legendary item, is how people classify the unique specialties. It's a damaging item. I turned a healing item into an item that does like...
We can show that animation for the one.
No, that's a... I believe that's a single target. No, for the one...
No, I mean that we can show a whole, like, special cooking animation for the one.
Because that is also legendary in its own right. Anywho... That was worth doing. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, how many of you are also bothered by that most and best thing? Me and Curzon discussed this in the GameCube Let's Play, but I feel like in English those words are far too similar and basically get the same point across in a virtually identical way that is basically only semantically different, and only the dumbest, most butthurt linguistic people would argue that these words are different, when I feel like most people would argue these words are similar enough where you could basically use these words interchangeably to make virtually the same point. And I don't want to awaken those dumb, pretentious linguistic nerds, because I hate those people. Let me make my argument, because this has bothered me for years. If you like someone the most, that implies you like them more than other people, since the most implies the maximum amount of. So, if you said that you liked someone the most, that means you like them more than other people, and that is a very strong point to make. But if you said you liked someone the best, that implies you consider that person high enough value where your opinion of them basically means virtually the same thing as the most, because if something is the best, it's the highest class of whatever. So if you say you like someone the best, that heavily implies that you like them more than other people because you consider them the highest class. You wouldn't say something is the best if it's not, if that's your opinion. This is why the best gets used in advertising and stuff a lot, where you'll basically see something, basically say, oh, this is the best blah blah blah, implying it's the greatest of. So most and best are so damn similar, because the most implies something is the greatest of in a quantifiable amount way, where you basically make a statement that this specific person and or thing is being viewed in a way where, if we're using this in a more direct number sense, it is the largest amount, even if that amount is quantified as feelings, and it's hard to put an exact number on that. And this is where dumb linguists and those pretentious linguistic assholes that I don't like would argue that most can basically mean something that is a stronger word than best, because most implies a large number, but most and best, when it comes to descriptors for liking something, I feel like semantically are really damn similar and still hold the same kind of point, because if something is the best, it's the greatest of, inferring that nothing else is as good as this thing. So if you like someone the best, that infers you do not like anyone else as much as you like this person. So I feel like most and best are too confusing, because I feel like most people would basically say, oh, in this context, you could use these interchangeably and get the same type of point across, because unless you really argue dumb semantic rules, these words invoke the same feeling, which is this person and or thing, in your opinion, is the greatest of. Most invokes a large number as a quantifier, which when it comes to feelings means you have a large amount of feelings for this person and or thing. But thinking this person and or thing is the best invokes large feelings, where in your mind this is the pinnacle, the peak, the greatest of. But anyway, now that I've went on that tirade, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.